Hey guys, how you guys doing? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll be going over my list of add-ons that I use for Wrath Classic. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for it, so I will show you guys what I use, and then all the add-ons will be in the description below. If you guys like the content, please feel free to sub and like the YouTube video. It helps out a ton. So yeah, let's get into it. So firstly, what we use is RuneFrames. RuneFrames is a add-on where it shows my runes in the middle of my screen. So for instance, if I'm in combat, it shows all my runes. It shows my blood runes, my frost runes, and unholy runes, so I can keep track of it while I'm in PvP or I'm in a raid to see what I can spend, which runes I can spend, which is highly useful. I recommend it. Next we have, guys, is AtlasLoot. AtlasLoot is an add-on that shows you all the drops at each dungeon and raid, which gear drops, so you guys can keep track of what your best in slot items is for your specific class and what you would like to get for the week if you're raiding with pugs or you're raiding with your guild. This is a good add-on just to see what bosses drop which item. Next we have Bartender 4. Bartender 4 is an add-on I've used for a very long time. A lot of people have been using it for a very long time. It is an add-on where you can customize your bars to your liking. You can make them horizontal, you can make them vertical. For instance, here I have them where they're vertical and here are horizontal. You can customize them to be bigger, smaller, however you guys want it. It's also good for if you want to do key binds. It makes key binding so much more easier with it. That's what I use. BigDebuffs. BigDebuffs is a crowd control effects add-on. So for instance, if you have your raid, it will show if they're in CC from a boss or whatever. It also works in Arena if your partner is in CC or whatever. You guys can see it more easier. That's what I use for PvP mostly. Next we have Carbonite. Carbonite is a really good add-on for leveling. I use it all the time. I use it sometimes as well to navigate through the world and set points where you can say go to and it will show how many yards. Great add-on to track where you're going. I use it mainly just for questing, or that's the only time I use it. SpellActivationsOverlay. Usually what SpellActivationsOverlay does is it lights up your bar if you have a proc on your abilities. It will also show here on your screen, if you have a proc. If you're playing a fire mage, you will see the proc of an instant pyroblast. Or DKs don't have a lot of procs, so there's not really anything that pops up when you're playing DK, but for other classes it works. Next we have Details. Is a good add-on to have if you are tracking your DPS. You can use it for PvP and PvE to track how much damage you did in a fight. You can see as well how much damage a class did in PvP if you got, let's say, 2-shot or whatever, just for example. So good add-on to have. EasyFrames. EasyFrames is my UI for my player nameplate. It's a really cool nameplate. I usually just use it because it shows my health. And it just shows 20k. That's usually what I use. I've used it for a long time. Only thing with this one, it's called EasyFrames because on retail it's unit frames improved that we have used. So in Wrath Classic it's called EasyFrames. LortiUI. So basically what this does, LortiUI, is make your default UI and your bartender, if you have a bartender on, it makes a black border around your abilities. It does it on your normal nameplate if you don't want to use EasyFrames, but this is just for my abilities. I like it. It looks cool. We have LoseControl. LoseControl is a very good add-on to see if you're in a stun or whatever. So for instance, if a paladin hodges me or I get deep freeze, it shows in the middle of my screen how retail has it when you're stunned or deep freeze. It will show, for instance, it will show stunned or feared, and this is just for Wrath because Wrath doesn't have that. I have Quartz. Quartz is a really cool add-on. It's a customizable cast bar where you guys will see if I mount, it shows my cast bar being red for me being a DK. DKs don't have a lot of casts, but I just use it if I'm playing another class. Let's say a Warlock or a Mage or Shadow Priest. You can customize that. OmniBar, usually we have OmniBar to track if they've used kick or anything else, like if they've interrupted you or if they used a cooldown or whatever. You can track that with OmniBar. It will show in the middle of your screen and it will track that. Then we have nameplate cooldowns, guys. Nameplate cooldowns is if people use their cooldowns and it shows like at the top of their health bar. That, for instance, if someone uses Fire Mage uses Combust, you will see them above the bars if you're fighting. sArena is a really cool add-on for PvP. It shows your player's health on that. It shows cooldowns. It shows CC. You can track DRs as well with sArena. So if, let's say, playing with a mage and your mage is sheep, you can track the DRs with sheep. ThreatPlates is my target plates. As you guys seen in videos, my nameplates are usually big. That is ThreatPlates. I have TacoTip. TacoTip is just a really useful add-on for Wrath to track how much gear you have, your score of your gear. So for instance, I have 4k gear score in PvE gear right now, and if I swap to PvP, it will show that I have 3,800. So it's a really good add-on just to see how much gear you have and if you can get into a high tier raid. WeakAuras, but for WeakAuras I will go over in a PvP video just to show you guys how it works. But usually what it just does is WeakAuras, you can track loads of things and do really neat things with WeakAuras if you guys have the code for it. If you get the string for the stuff and you paste it in, you can do very cool things. Then we have WoWPro. WoWPro is just a really good add-on for leveling. I used it for a little bit. It was really good. It shows you all the paths and what is best for leveling. We have DeadlyBossMods. DeadlyBossMods is for raid, where it shows all the things that happen in a raid. For instance, if let's say there's a debuff that they have to dispel or you have to dispel as a healer, it will pop up big on your screen. If you are standing in fire that you need to be standing in, it will show you move. It's a really cool add-on to have to help you with raiding. Lastly, what we have is Bagnon. Bagnon is an add-on just to show all my stuff in one place, all my loot in one place. I'm a big fan of it. I've used it for years. And that's about it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like to this video and tell me in the comments which are your favorite add-ons that you use for PvP or PvE. Until then, see you guys in the next one.